Hello and welcome to the third week, the final week of this 21-day reset. I honestly wish this could go forever because I have found so much joy in creating this whole ebook, this whole series of videos. My core purpose in life is to help others and to bring others joy and happiness and purpose, and I'm so grateful that you are here and that you have been taking part in this reset retreat. I really hope it has helped you so far, but this week is all about rising. So rising into your power now that you have reflected on where you are and where you want to get to, now that you have started to instill some really good habits that are going to get you to where you want to be. Now it's time to rise your consciousness to the level that it can be. So yeah, so many of us go through life kind of in a shell and not fully expressing ourselves creatively or in whatever way we want to. We kind of suppress our creativity and suppress the person that you know deep down that you could be. And what I really want to help you with this week is to try break down those barriers around your heart and to allow you to be yourself and to rise into your power, because you are so worthy and you are so capable of doing all the things that you dream of. You just need to break down the barriers, mental blocks that have kind of crept up on you throughout your life. And it's, you know, we all have these things and we need to work through them to be able to raise our consciousness, to, you know, get to that next stage where our dreams become reality. So this week I have a few actually different practices to share with you. The first one is a journaling activity. This is going to involve a fire. So I really want you guys to be safe with this. So please, if you have a fireplace that is safe and secure, use that. Otherwise, a fire pit outside, or if you have neither of those, you can take a candle outside and do this. I'm not going to do it right here because I'm indoors and I do not want to burn anything down. But the practice for today is to get a piece of paper and write down all your limiting beliefs. So all of the things that you feel are stopping you from getting you to where you want to be. So for example, like I in the past had a very limiting belief around food. I had this scarcity mindset where I thought that, you know, if I didn't eat something now, it wouldn't be there for me later. I think especially after I transitioned into a plant-based lifestyle, a lot of the time when I went places, like if I went traveling or if I went to someone's house, like there often wouldn't be things that I could necessarily eat or that I wanted to eat based on my food choices. And so often, like when there was something, I would overconsume because I had this scarcity mindset that there wasn't going to be any more, when most of the time, like there would always be something. But in the back of my brain, I had this like, I can only eat this, so I must eat lots of it right now so that I am full for like the whole day, which in reality, like there was lots of food. Anyway, we have digressed, but basically what I want to say is that we all have limiting beliefs. Like, yeah, we all have them, but it's really great to be conscious of them. So I want you to get a piece of paper, write down anything that you believe is limiting your potential. So maybe it's a scarcity mindset, like what I was talking about. Maybe it's that you feel that you aren't good enough, or maybe you feel like you don't have enough experience, or maybe you feel like, you know, something that came up for me recently is that like I really do see myself as a leader. That is really who I want to embody moving forwards with my life. But, you know, I was like thinking that I had this limiting belief that I needed to get more qualifications to be a leader. But no, I can choose to be a leader in this moment here and now. Like I have everything that I need, and it's so great, you know, if you want to continue to study and everything, like that's so valid and so fine. But for me personally, like I can embody a leader right here and now. I don't need to get extra qualifications. I don't need to do all these other things to be seen as a leader. I just need to embody a leader to be seen as a leader. So that is really great to write down those limiting beliefs so that you can let go of them. And the way we're going to let go of them is with this little flame ceremony. So you write all your things on a piece of paper, tear that out of your journal, and then what you're going to do is burn it. So by burning it, hopefully you will realize that these things aren't real. They're just things that you have created in your brain, in your mind. It's not actually reality, and you can get past those limiting beliefs. You just have to let them go and release them. So I have done this in the past and I found it really, really helpful. Just, burning it, it's something about the fire and the flame. It's just really cathartic. So I highly recommend you guys do this practice, but please do it safely. As I said before, do it outside if you can, or if you do have a fireplace at home that is enclosed, you can do it there, but I would recommend probably doing this outside just to be super safe. I really don't want anything burning down wherever you guys are in the world. So yeah, that is super, super powerful. So then after you have done the little fire ceremony, I want you to write on a new piece of paper who you want to embody, who you want to rise into. Write about your higher self. Who is she or he? Like, what do they think? What do they look like? What do they feel like? What do they sound like? Like, really just create this beautiful picture of your highest self, of who you want to be. And then I want you to sit with one hand on your heart and one hand on that piece of paper that lists all the beautiful qualities of the person that you truly are, that you are stepping into. And just sit here for a few moments, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling all that positive energy and that persona that you have created. That is you. That is who you are becoming. So inhale all of that good positive energy of who you want to be, who you truly are, and exhale out all those limiting beliefs, any negativity that's coming up. You want to exhale that out. And you can sit there for as long as you want, but really just grounding yourself in that presence of who you truly are and who you truly want to be, and letting go of any of those limiting beliefs. This is a really transformative practice, and you don't have to just do it once. You can do this multiple times. Like, as we grow and change, there are new things that we want to achieve and new values that we want to embody. So I recommend you do this as often as you feel the need to. Like, I'm probably going to do this again in a month or so to really help ground myself in that presence of who I truly am and who I want to be. So yeah, it's a really amazing practice. If you do have the ebook, everything is written out there. All of the questions that I mentioned about, who is your higher self, I've added in some extra ones there so you have a little bit more of a structure of how to do this ritual. But if you're here on YouTube, I've just explained it all pretty much to you anyway, so you can get a clear idea of what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you do have the ebook, you'll have it all written out, so don't stress about having to remember everything I said. And then the other thing, I wanted to share a few different practices that I use myself that I have found really, really impactful in helping me to rise into my power. So I'm going to share with you 3 different practices now. So that first one is like the big one that I want you guys to do this week. These 3 are additional supportive techniques that I have been using to help rise into my power and to help me to embody my highest self. So the first one I'm going to go through is daily gratitude. So you have probably heard this by a lot of different people, but gratitude truly is so important, and practicing it on a daily basis is truly transformative. So something that I've been doing for a while now is a verbal form of daily gratitude. So every night before I go to bed, or pretty much every night, like some days I might forget, but pretty much every day, I'll either ask myself or ask my boyfriend Christian, what 3 things are you grateful for today? And it doesn't have to be complicated. Like, it can be so simple, just like the sun shining brightly, or the cat giving me a nice cuddle this evening, or I went to the gym and did a good workout. Like whatever it is, it doesn't have to be some crazy miracle thing that happened. I mean, obviously that would be great if a miracle happened to you. Like that would definitely be something to be grateful for. But it can be such a small thing, and just sitting in that place of gratitude really helps to shift your mindset from a place of lack, a place of negativity, a place of victimhood, to then sitting in this positive energy of gratitude and thankfulness for what you already have in your life. So it really helps to transform your mindset bit by bit in a really positive way. And it honestly just brings you joy. Like when you say the things you're grateful for, you realize, that was a great thing that happened to me today, and it brings you an extra sense of joy. Obviously you would have had a bit of joy when that thing happened, but it brings that back again and you get to experience that joy again. So why wouldn't you want to practice it? Like, yeah, it might seem a bit strange. Like I remember, I think my granny told me like 6 years ago to practice gratitude, and she bought me a little journal that you were supposed to write 3 things you're grateful for every day. And I'm really sorry, Granny, but at that time, I didn't really do it. I found it a bit of a chore, to be honest. But now it's just a part of my life that I can't see myself not doing. So don't be hard on yourself if you don't get into it straight away, but remember this, because daily gratitude has really been a massive part in helping me to create a positive mind frame, positive mindset. Like if you talk to the people that know me quite well, they'll tell you that I'm a really positive person. And I think a massive part of that is gratitude, because I am sitting in gratitude every single day. So yeah, you're just cultivating more positive thoughts in your brain. So yeah, it's very powerful, and you can start small. You don't have to do it every single day, but I would recommend doing it every day if you can. And the verbal technique is really easy, because you just have to think, what am I grateful for today? And you can either say it in your head, or you can say it to someone that you're living with, or you can write it down. But yeah, it's super simple. If you do want to write it in your journal, like you can totally do that too. I practice morning gratitude in my journal every morning as well. And it is really nice to be able to write things down. But saying it out loud is just like, there's less friction, there's less barriers to doing it. That's why I recommend it as like the first form of daily gratitude that you can kind of jump into super easily, because you don't need to get out your journal and get out a pen. Like you can just say it and just like sit in that gratitude. So yeah, that is the first practice. The second practice is reframing your thoughts. So I won't be able to go into too much detail because this would literally take me all day, but if you want to learn about reprogramming your brain, so getting rid of negative thought patterns and replacing them with positive, actionable steps that you can take to better yourself and to live a more happy, purposeful life, I highly recommend you read the book, Designing the Mind, The Principles of Psychitecture. I read this over the last few months, and it has just so affirmed to me a lot of the things that I already felt, but I didn't have a framework to explain. So I have for a long time been reframing my thoughts. So what that is, for example, if I think, I look fat today, I'll reprogram that and say, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am powerful. And so what that does is, instead of thinking that negative thought about myself, I'm replacing it with something positive. And you don't have to necessarily say it out loud, you can just think it, but saying out loud does help as well. But yeah, just replacing when you have a negative thought about yourself or about other people, being consciously aware of that and then replacing it with something positive. So another example could be like, I have to go do my workout. And then instead replace that with, I am healthy and I am able to exercise. I get to do my workout. So replacing have to with get to. It's just a really powerful way to help reprogram your brain and start thinking more positively. So yeah, I could literally talk about this for a whole entire video or even like a video series. So I'm going to try not talk about it too much, but there are some examples in the ebook, and I do highly recommend reading the book Designing the Mind, The Principles of Psychitecture, because it is a whole beautiful book all about that, and it is so powerful and incredible. And yeah, I can't recommend it enough. I think when I finished that book, I was like, this is the book that I want everyone in the world to read. Like, that's how passionate I am about that book. So yeah, highly recommend. The last little technique I want to share with you all is something I like to call hello, hello, hello. And I think I created this myself. I'm not sure if maybe I read it somewhere once, but basically what I do is when I feel that my brain is going in this like negative thought spiral, or not even negative, but just unconscious thought spiral, like I'm just creating all these, if I'm being anxious about the future, like dreaming in my brain about like how certain situations could play out, which a lot of the time isn't really beneficial for you. What I do is I say to myself in my brain, hello, hello, hello. And what that does is it reminds me that I am not my thoughts. I'm the consciousness that is thinking the thoughts. And that has helped me so much, because sometimes, we get stuck in these thought spirals that just keep going and going and going, and you kind of get lost in your brain, in your mind. But when you say to yourself, hello, 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 you realize that, I'm the person controlling what I'm thinking. I'm not just the thoughts that I think. And that was such a game changer, and it's such a good practice to get into. When you feel, you recognize yourself going in those spirals, you consciously say something to yourself. For me, it's hello, hello, hello. And that just shocks me into realizing that I don't have to feel these emotions, I don't have to feel anxious about this outcome, this, potential outcome that might not even happen. I can just be in the present moment now and just feel happy that I'm alive. It's probably easier said than done, but once you start getting into the practice of these things, it becomes second nature. It becomes, you've rewired your brain to do these things, so you do them. I just love this whole topic of reprogramming your brain and cultivating a positive mindset. So let me know if you'd like to see more content and courses on this in the future, because it is something I am so powerful, because I really was in a negative frame of mind about 5-6 years ago, quite negative, and my whole mind has shifted. I was saying this to my mum the other day, I feel like a completely different person. When I look at photos from when I was 18, 19, yes, I see my body, but my brain is just, I feel like another person. I feel like I've been reborn into a new person, because the whole way my brain works has changed. The way I think every day is completely different to the way I thought a few years ago. So what I want to tell you today is that your mind is so powerful when you are consciously present, and when you consciously use tools like what I've mentioned today. You can live so much more peacefully, and you can create your dreams here now. You can work towards these things that you once thought were impossible. They are possible when you have the right tools, when you cultivate this positive mindset. And it's just crazy how much of an impact small things can have. So I really hope some of these tools today have been helpful to you. I really look forward to seeing you guys soon. I hope you have the most amazing day. Feel free to share anything you're experiencing in our little Facebook group if you're a part of that. As I mentioned before, everything that I've talked about today will be in the ebook for everyone who has access to that. If you don't yet have access to that and you want to join in, you can always click the link down below to get access to the 21-day reset ebook, which has all of the tools that I talked about today and in previous weeks. So that is it for this week, this rising week. I have so much more to share, but unfortunately I have to end the video here, otherwise it's going to be way too long. I'm sending you all so much love. If you do want to, work with me in the future, feel free to reach out to me over on Instagram. I'll leave my link down below, or in the Facebook group. I really want to be of service to you, and I really want to help you on your path. So feel free to reach out. Sending you all so much love again. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to have this platform, and I'm so happy, and I just really hope that this video and the past videos and this whole ebook and retreat can really help you to step into this new chapter of your life with confidence. And just knowing that you are capable of so much. You are so worthy. You are so loved. You are amazing. You were put on this earth to do great things. You were not put on this earth to suffer. I pray that you use these tools and that you reprogram your brain and create the life of your dreams. Thank you so much. I will see you guys soon. Sending you all the love. Bye.